Hello, good morning, and welcome back to another live session. My name is Vishal Manocha, owner and director at Networth Immigration Solutions. Our office is based in Brampton, Ontario. We have another location in Alberta and two locations back home in India. Welcome back to our live session. This is it. Right now it's 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in Canada and 8:30 p.m. in India. So this is another yet going to be a lively live session where we're going to inform you about whatever update we have from the Canadian immigration in the last 1 week. We have this show every Friday, same time, for you to keep updated yourself for all the immigration changes been made. What else what are we expecting in the future in 2024 and coming years 23, and what are the updates around all the provinces. So this is a time for you to get updated. So if you're looking forward to migrate to Canada, this is a live show for you to be attending every Friday so that you keep yourself updated. You know exactly when the things are changing and you know what exactly to do when those things change. So we will be talking a lot about things which have recently changed. The main thing we'll be talking about will be, yes, definitely those. There was a topic of discussion throughout from the last 1 month or 2 months, which was the deportation of 700 Indian students. So, what is the say of the immigration minister finally on that one? We will be talking about that in detail because that was the topic which has been definitely, it has got a lot of attentions and it was a concerning factor. And we will also see what we can see in the future coming up for Canadian student visas, and what steps can IRCC take to avoid this mistake, and like so that IRCC at the first instance is not issuing those visas, and then secondly definitely CBSA is also involved in when the students get in. So yes, there will be few changes coming up. We will be talking about that. What are those changes and when can we expect them as per the announcement by the immigration minister recently this week. Secondly, we will be talking about today about the two few things again have been changing as we've been telling about. We'll be talking about there's a new bill being passed in Canada which will prefer Francophone immigration, which has been declining recently. That means people with French language outside Quebec will also be getting a benefit now of getting into PR through, if you have a knowledge of French, then that will be an extra benefit for you coming forward. So make sure you are, if you are not able to get into Canada right now, you have a chance of qualifying through French program. So make sure you are updating your language skills, and French is the language you need to learn if you are planning and you dream of coming to Canada. If you want to make it successful, we will definitely, that is something we look forward for you from here. So that is another good news we have for you, or like we will be sharing more information about it. Other than that, yes, we will be talking about college admissions. Onshore and offshore seats are available. There are a lot of internationals who are onshore and looking for onshore fall intake 2023. We have seats available for them, and also for January 2024, we have seats available for offshore students. We will be talking about those in detail too. So, and then about the category specific draw. Yes, we will be talking about that too. There is no draw yet, but who are the people who can be invited in the first draw? We will be talking about that too also in detail. So let us start with the first update. As I said, the latest update regarding those 700 international Indian students who were supposed to be deported. So the good news is, yes, the deportation has been stopped. They have been given a chance to prove themselves that yes, they were a victim of fraud and they were not involved in this whole process. So if you are able to prove to the immigration, they will give you a time. They all have been granted a temporary residence stay in Canada, which can also help them qualifying later for work permit or PR. But you need to make sure, you need to convince IRCC that you were actually the victim of fraud and you took all the steps possible for you to be stopped, to stay in Canada, to avoid those things, to misrepresentation. And if you are able to do so, then yes, there are chances that you will be that you will not be deported. So that is something forward for you to look to. And then secondly, we have another update regarding this matter is, yes, because now this concern is big. The immigration realizes it. So now definitely what we can see in future is there will be changes coming up for the study permit program. Not overall program will be changing, but I'm pretty sure they will be coming up with something where they can verify the letter of acceptance being issued by the colleges or universities. because that is going to play a very important role, because that is the point where everything started in this context, that how come the fraudulent letters were used to get a study permit, how those visas were granted, and how come IRCC was not aware that these are not the genuine LOAs issued by the college. There is a flaw in the system. I have been into this industry from 20 years. Australia, if you compare the study permit process to Australian immigration process, it's a lot different. In 2008, Australia already figured out this problem. They already developed a code system through which all the LOAs can be verified if they were issued directly by the institution or not. But unfortunately, till date, there has been no system been designed or found by Canada, and that was one of the factors because of this. All this happened. If this concern was addressed royally previous year, then this should not have been the case. The only reason the agents are across the world are exploiting the Canadian immigration system because they don't have, and they have not yet generated any system through which they can verify the LOA of the colleges been issued, are they genuine or not. Even the IRCC don't know, and they don't definitely they don't have resources to verify each and every LOA is been issued by college or not. So that was the reason that this fraud was happening, or this fraud could happen, in fact, because no system was put in place. But going forward from here, as per the latest announcement by the Immigration Minister John Fraser, they are looking into it, and I hope if they look into the Australian system of education, the way they have developed back like 15 years ago, I think there's a lot to be learned for Canada to develop the system so that these sort of activities are doesn't take happen in future. The only way to stop it to develop the system, maybe using an AI, or definitely if that's not possible, there are a lot of ways you can create that platform where all the letter of information, in fact, LOA can be verified by IRCC before issuing the visa. And as I said, it's not going to be possible for them to email every college and wait for the response. I think the best way forward would be maybe using an AI system, they are using for other platforms also, or if not AI, then definitely there's something they need to develop as Australia developed many years ago, which is avoiding this sort of fraud happening in Australia since then. And this is an ongoing issue, and I hope IRCC is definitely seriously now going to look into it. And I'm pretty sure by next year they will be coming up with a system where all the universities and colleges may be linked to the IRCC portal, and when they issue a letter, a code has been generated which could be verified by IRCC, so that they know that is it a genuine LOA being issued or not. I hope that happens very soon, so the victim of fraud, like the clients who have been here in Canada, a lot of them are a victim of fraud by the agents who send them to Canada. That will stop, and this sort of situation will never come again back to in Canada. I hope that happens very soon. I hope they will be working on it, and I'm pretty sure yes they will be, and coming up with a new system very shortly. So that's all with this news right now. We will be keep you updated about what's happening. But right now, all those student deportation have been stopped. They have been given a temporary resident visa, and they have been given an opportunity to prove that they were a victim of fraud and they were not involved in the whole activity. As far as you are able to prove, then definitely you will not be deported back to Canada. But if you're not able to prove that you were not involved in the whole situation, then definitely you can still be sent back to India. So it's still a temporary pause, but still a very good news that at least they have been given an opportunity. They have been given an opportunity to prove that yes, they were just a victim of fraud and not involved in the whole situation as of all. So let's see how this goes from here, and we will also keep you updated about if there any update on this particular news in the near future. Secondly, let's talk about the express entry specific draws, which was supposed to start very soon. It was announced a couple of weeks ago. They have already divided the category for 2023. We know which people they will be targeting. All we need to see now is when will the first draw happen, and what will be the outcome of, like, who will be the people who will be invited basically in this draw, and what will be the CRS score. That is something for us to definitely we really need to look forward to. But if you go to the labor's website, and you can figure it out easily that what sort of people are is in shortage, especially like skill demand. Skilled trade class people, healthcare people, they are in shortage. That is a skill shortage we have in Canada. And we are pretty sure the first draw may be even targeting skilled trade and healthcare people initially, and then definitely STEM is the another people they will be targeting. And they have already passed the bill to also increase the immigration to Canada. That means people who speak French, they will be given priority. So if you are have learned French, if you haven't, if you want to increase your chances of coming to Canada, my advice to you will be start learning French. That may help you getting into Canada, because that's what Canadian immigration will be targeting. And they've already announced in the category specific draw, there will be people who will be targeted because of their language proficiency in French. That is something forward for you to look forward to and see if you want to learn French. And if you want to learn French, definitely that will give you an opportunity to get higher score in the CRS, and definitely you will be targeted through this specific draw whenever they start uh, happening. And I'm pretty sure that will be happening very very soon. So let's see when exactly the category specific draw happened, but it is around the corner. There were no express entry draws this week, no CEC, no federal worker, nothing happened for this week. But yes, next Wednesday we are expecting a draw, and I have an intuition that yes, next Wednesday could be the first specific draw of 2023 and the first draw ever in this stream. But they've already announced, not only just in 2023, every year there will be category specific draw, and they will be changing the NOC knock or tier code every year depending on the skill shortage they have in Canada. So let's see how the first draw go for this year, and then how it goes throughout 23, and then we will see definitely how it goes forward in 2024. And also, client, while we are updating, I'm giving you all this information, kindly post your question into the comment section. Any question you have, kindly post it into the comment section, and I'll be very, very happy to answer that for you. Whatever question you have regarding immigration, college admission, or any situation you are in, we will be happy to answer that for you. I have one question from Bipin. Let me take that question first, and definitely I'll encourage more people who are our viewers, who join us every time, to ask your question, any concern you have, any situation you are in, where I can help you right now. It is a golden opportunity for you to interact with an immigration consultant live. Ask your question, whatever concern you have, and I'll be very, very happy to answer that for you. We have our first guest, Mr. Amit Jam, who's always there within our show. So thanks for joining in again. Then we have a question from Bipin. Good morning, sir. Any hope for ONP chefs or cook? Okay, Bipin, I haven't seen lately any draw which has targeted chefs or cooks. They were the only draw I've seen happening regarding this industry or this field is the bakers. Bakers have still been invited, are a part of a skilled trade class. Other than that, I haven't seen any chef or cook being invited under this draw. So under any of the, in fact, ONP draw or express entry draw, they have never targeted chefs or cooks. I think they assume they are not in short, the skill is not in shortage with that particular chef. But if we talk about the hospitality industry in Canada as a whole, definitely there are a lot of restaurants, a lot of food joint. In fact, everywhere across, wherever you go to Canada, I think there are people with this sort of skills who are required, like chefs or cooks. But unfortunately, haven't seen any draw coming up for chefs or cooks recently, or I could see about in near in future. You may prefer moving to some other province, or if you are a cook, if you can get an experience as a baker, if you can get a job in a bakery or a place like that or facility like that, then that may still have a chance, because as I said, baker have still been invited, but cook and chef have not. I have not seen any cook or chef being invited recently in any of the draw, and they are not even a part of skilled trade class. So, Bipin, my advice to you will be, maybe you have to move to some other province, or if not, as I said, you can go to you can, as I said, if you can get an experience as a baker, that may help you. Although there's no 100% guaranteed with that one also, because the things, the skill shortage, NOC knock or tier got knock keeps on changing, and that makes a difference. So, unfortunately, I may getting an invite as a cook or a chef may not be a very positive option as of now. But again, you can try moving to other provinces where they have this option, and you can, if you already have a 1 year experience, there are a lot of provinces, like if you move to Atlantic region, there's an option where you can, if you have a 1 year experience and somebody offers you a job as a cook, then you can apply for your PNP and PR immediately. So that could be another option for you to look at. But if you have any further question or concern, contact us and we will be happy to assist you. If you need counseling in this session, definitely you can book the counseling session with one of our PR expert, and they will be happy to help you and let you know how further you can process from here and how you can get your permanent residency approved through that. So, okay, so now the coming, I think we have already discussed about those two of the major points we had in this topic, and yes, now let me talk about the update, the new not express entry, SDS rule starting from 10th of August. We in the last previous show we did mention that now IRCC has changed. They will not only just accept IELTS. Previously, IELTS was the only English language proficiency test which was considered under SDS, but that has now been like the other programs that have been added like PT, TOEFL, IEBT, CALE, CELPIP. They all have been under SDS. The new update, other than that, is from 10th of August. If you have done an academic IELTS, to qualify under SDS, you will not need 6 in each. That is a very, very big news that you don't need 6 in each band if you are applying, if you have done academic IELTS and you are applying for a Canada study permit under SDS. You will not require the 6 in each, you need 6 overall. Other than that, all rules remain the same. You still need to pay your 1 year fees, you still need to pay your GIC. That is the only way you can get it done. So that's how it's going to be from 10th, but that will be from 10th of August. That doesn't mean you have to do your IELTS after that. All it is that you have to apply for your study permit after that. So for January intake, if you apply after 10th of January, you can still qualify under SDS without scoring 6 in each. All you need is 6 overall with no band less than 5.5. As far as you have that, you will be qualifying under SDS, and that will help you. Basically, SDS is a student direct stream, which is a priority stream. Only few countries are a part of it. Around 14 countries are now a part of it. Initially, there were 4. Now there are around 14 countries which are a part of SDS program, and that can definitely, if you qualify under SDS program, then you can basically your application can be expedited. Your getting a result chances go higher, and your application will be basically expedite and process as compared to a normal or regular application. So that's how it looks like as of now. So from 10th of August, the rule will be implemented, and as I said, you can still do your IELTS right now before that, but you have to apply your file after that to qualify under SDS. So we can see in the coming intake in the near future, starting from January intake or November intake, there will be a lot more visas being granted under this SDS from all the countries. So all the best to all the clients. It is a definitely great news, because a lot of students are not able to score 16 each. They were scoring 6 overall, but they were not able to score 16 each. Then now, after starting from 10th of August, even if you don't have 16 each, you will qualify under SDS, and your study permit application have a chance of getting in expedited and getting approved, because you are applying under SDS. Although applying under SDS doesn't mean that it is 100% guaranteed visas. It still definitely depends on a lot of other factors, a lot of your education you have done, your experience, your percentage, your score in your academic also plays a very, very important role before you can be visa will be accepted. But yes, this is a priority stream, and chances of getting visa under this stream is very, very high. So this is something you can look forward to, and make sure that you can try to get that score, and you can qualify under SDS and come to study in Canada starting from November or January 2024 intake. Now, as we are talking about study visa, let me also give you an update about the onshore admission. If you want to study in Camden Hanson College for September 2020 intake for North York campus, there are seats available in North York for PG and UG program both, which is, as I said, is a great news for onshore students. Now, why will students who are already in Canada would like to take on new program? So there are a lot of scenarios under which an international student in Canada take up a program while they are here. Now, to just let you know a few of the circumstances. Say, for example, somebody has come to some other province and they want to move to Ontario because they didn't like the other province. They are the one who get admission for the onshore. Then, other than that, for example, who have completed 1 year program and they're looking for another 1 year program. So the other students who are looking for onshore admission. So we have seats available for 2023 for Cambridge Henson, and also have PG seats available for Alpha College and other colleges like Centennial has a few courses open for fall 2023. Conestoga has a few programs available for 2023 for onshore. These are all onshore cases we are talking about. So if you are onshore and looking for September 2023, contact us immediately because seats are limited, seats are being allotted to us, and they're going to be definitely we're going to be seeing that those been filled very very fast. So if you are somebody who's looking forward for a college admission for fall 2023, contact us and we will be very very happy to assist you and help you in that regard. So I'll advise you to kindly, if you are onshore, if you are looking for admission, get back to us and we will be happy to assist you. If you are onshore and looking for January 2024 intake, seats are available. In a lot of colleges, still the seats are available for January 2024. I'm pretty sure the high school graduate from India who have got their result last month in May will be doing their IELTS and they will be graduating with their IELTS score also in July. Then we will have a lot of applications for January coming in. So, but definitely we can see that will be happening very very soon. So January 2024 seats are available in colleges across GTA, across Canada. Either you want to move to Alberta, BC, even in Atlantic region, we can help you doing that. So make sure that you are aware of the seats availability, you are meeting your IELTS requirement. As we've already discussed, they have already been eased for the January 2024 intake. So that will be a good opportunity for you to apply for public colleges. Although we haven't heard back from all the university colleges, will they be accepting 6 band and one module 5.5 or not? But IRCC will be accepting it. So let's see how it goes. But public institution, we, as I said, have not, all of them have not yet announced that they will be accepting academic 6 and one module 5.5. But it has already been announced by IRCC that student with one module 5.5 or two module even 5.5, but overall 6 will be accepted under SDS rules. So we have a question from Gurpreet. Meanwhile, when can we expect the category-based draw? Gurpreet, I hope that that's coming up next week. There was no draw this week, and previously the draw which was held last week was where the score was 486 and around I think 48 clients were invited. But this week there was no draw, so I'm hoping that next Wednesday we can see the first category-specific draw. The interesting thing to see here will be that who will be invited, because there are 5 categories under which the people will be getting invitation. So who will be the lucky one to get the first one? Let's see. I am hoping that next Wednesday we can expect that draw to happen. So thank you, Gurpreet, for asking a question. If you have further question, definitely you can ask. And if anybody else have any question or concern, kindly post it here and I'll be happy to help you. Yes, I know now people have started talking about category-based draw, but one thing which we have forgotten or which we should not is the Canadian Experience Class draw, which has not happened from last many months. IRCC, I think, has done very best to accommodate everybody possible, but yes, they are also looking for only those people to get permanent residency who can become a skill force in Canada. But that's very strange to see that still the international students or the people who have got Canadian Experience Class are still been ignored. No invitation has been sent to them from last many months, which is disappointing. I know there are thousands and thousands of students and people who are looking for the CC draw to happen, but because it's not happening, so it seems challenging. It seems challenging, to be honest, right now, that for Canadian Experience Class, for international students who have completed their 2-year education, who have been here for 3-4 years, have been working hard, and they're still waiting for a permanent residency option for them, or Canadian Experience Class draw to happen. So yes, now all of our focus is category-based draw, but CEC is not to be forgotten, and I'm hopeful IRCC will come out with something for international students where their pathways are easier and they are able to get their permanent residency quicker as compared to people who are outside Canada. Then we have got another question for Harkamal Ji Singh. Hello, what is the processing time for visitor visas these days? Okay, Harkamal, that's a nice question. Basically, visitor visa application, there is no standard time frame. We have seen few of the applications are being processed in 10 days and some of them are even taking 45 to 50 days. So it's hardly we can predict exactly, but the average time, an average time, it will take 2 to 3 weeks. But as I said, we have seen visas approval in 7 days also, and we have seen visa approval in 2 months also. It all depends, depending on where the application has been processed, where you have applied, and how the application has been made. So, but there is no exact time frame, but a rough guideline is 2 to 3 weeks once you have submitted the application, or as I said, in few of the cases, it's even taking around 2 months. So that could be uh, I'm just giving you a time frame under which we are getting the approval. That is roughly the processing time for visitor visas these days. Thank you, Harkamal, for asking question. If you do have anyone other further question, you can definitely help you answer that. And if you have any application regarding visitor visa, if you want to invite your parents, your grandparents, your families, your friends, then we can also help you getting your visitor visas application done. Another thing I want to emphasize is the spousal PR application. There have been a lot of announcements been made by IRCC where they have relaxed the rule for PR spousal application, especially if you are doing an outland application. Recently, it was announced that if you are still outland and you are doing this application as an outland application and your spouse is outside Canada, that is called outland application. So after submitting an application, you can invite your spouse either on a visitor visa, which they have agreed, which they have announced to be processed within 30 days, or you can also have now an opportunity to apply a work permit uh, for your spouse under those circumstances now, which was not previously not previously there. Now, as per the new rule, if you're outside Canada, you can invite for your spouse on a work permit, even if you're outside. Earlier, only inland application were eligible for this work permit, but now, as I said, that it is acceptable for the outland application too. So that is a great news for spousal application. I think, as I said, IRCC has tried their level best to reunite the families, to get work permits, spousal open work permit application processed quicker, spousal PR application being processed quick. I think everybody is waiting for this year is the parents and grandparents program. There is no announcement been made yet. So we have no announcement yet when is the program open up for this year. It should be coming up soon. Normally it happens always in the last quarter of the year, and the announcement usually comes July, August. So next month or a month after that, you can expect the announcement will be made of when the draw will be opening for parents and grandparents. But it is still a lucky draw system, so they will open up, give you a pool, give you a time frame to get into the pool, and then through lucky draw you will be picked. And if your parents and grandparents are picked, they can apply for for a parent or grandparent PR application. If they are not able to qualify under that, then the other thing could be, if you are not able to qualify, then you can invite your parents and grandparents for super visa, which now make your parent can stay for 5 to 7 years at a stretch. That is another option. So if you're not you don't want to wait, or if you want to apply under the other category, then super visa is an option, and super visa application are being processed much quicker, even much quicker than visitor visa application we have seen. So you can invite your parents and grandparents under that program too. So with that, we are coming almost to the end of the session, because we have this session for around 30 minutes. So we are just about to cover up the time. So just to give you an update of what we discussed during this session was regarding 700 international Indian students whose deportation has been stopped as of now temporarily, and they have been given an opportunity to prove themselves that they were a victim of fraud and they were not involved in the whole process of this activity. Then you will still get a chance to stay in Canada further. And we also talked about like Francophone immigrant will be getting more chance of getting invitations right now, because Canada want to promote that all the provinces other than Quebec should also have a French population coming in. People who need to speak French and learn French. So definitely you can even see more specific draw coming up for that. We talked about onshore college admission open for fall intake for Camden Henson fall intake, and for Alpha also for fall intake, and for also we have seats available for Conestoga, Sheridan has few program, Humber has few program, Conestoga has few program for fall intake, and there are all for onshore and offshore. Definitely we have got still a lot of seats available across Canada, and if you're looking for college admission and study permit, we can help you in that too. So thank you all for joining into this live session. We will be live back again next Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 8:30 p.m. India time. Till then, have a great week and a great weekend. The weekend seems to be very good in Canada for Saturday, Sunday. It has been raining throughout the week, but the weekend seems to be coming up good with the good sunshine. So let's have a good weekend and definitely back home also. I know it's a lot too much hot in India right now. I hope, but that's how it is. In Canada, it's this the summertime and we are hoping a good weekend coming up. So thank you all for joining in. See you all next Friday. Till then, goodbye and see you all on next Friday. Thank you.